Don't know what's happening under there, but something's happening. Oh, hello, Janie.
Hello, farm friends. Welcome to our life in a day of taking care of our animals. Wow, look at our mess. All right.
These bags will be gone when the sitter comes.
Yeah.
Just don't mind them. We recycle them.
All right. Let's start with the rabbits that will be in the bunny.
Right now it's not, but it will be.
Okay. Let's go visit the rabbits. Bugs.
Bugs is in quarantine.
We'll be out here. He's mostly got food already, but we'll just show you.
He needs a little top off. He's in quarantine because he has urine scald.
Yeah. We will clean his litter right before we go. And
make sure to keep it dry and clean. That's the requirement. So you might want to scoop away any of the wet parts daily. Okay, so we are going to clean Bugs' little house thing. And so you just want to take any of that wet. Clean out the wet.
And put it pile to go out to the manure pile.
Grab pellets. And Bugs also likes to play the stick game where you wiggle a stick around in there and then he just does that.
Yeah, and then his little water is right there, and that needs to make sure. We're going to put a ramp up here so he can get up here.
We're going to clean that out and refill it in a second.
All right, and we go out to the ladies.
Sassy, there's no food.
We have 3 female bunnies in here.
There's Marshmallow. Where are the
Probably down
rest?
below.
Marshmallow is the white one with a little bit of gray. Here's our other albino, the mother, whipped cream. Don't eat poop, Janie, it's gross. And back there, let me go around so you can see. Oreo, come here so I can focus on you. That's Oreo. Focus. Hi. The camera doesn't want to focus on her, but she is there. The girls are all pretty friendly.
All right, we're gonna go feed.
Stop eating poop, you
We're gonna clean that.
disgusting. This will be clean. Everything will be clean.
Watch for dog bombs as you're walking across the lawn.
Yes, there are dog poop everywhere. We'll try and scoop most of it. Okay, so the reason we have so much dog poop on our lawn is because we have 3 dogs, but also this dog will come up just to poop on the lawn and pee on things. And he's Lila's nemesis. His name is Summit, so do not be alarmed when he comes up. This is normal. And today, they need clean water too. Everybody needs food and water in the morning. There's Chocolate. Chocolate, don't let them out. But they are very friendly.
Hey, bud.
Very friendly, come up for pets and foods. Oh, there's Star back there. There's Star back there. And then he usually hangs out in his little hidey hole back here. Chip is back there in the void. Chocolate Chip. If you might be picking up on a subtle dessert theme, he's back there. He's the white and brown one. Doing?
I am cleaning out the rabbit bowl and refilling it. Somebody changed my setting. Oh, that's not the setting I want. What about that?
You want to make sure it's clean.
Fresh water. Hey guys.
Don't know what's happening under there,
Ugh.
but something's happening. Oh, hello, Janie.
Alright, let's go put the grain back.
There's Janie. Aya, what? Just wanted to talk? Okay.
Alright, in the alpaca garbage can, I like to keep this bucket because instead of scooping it, I just take the bucket.
Where's the lid?
It's right there.
This is the lid. It has a little alpaca on it, so it's the alpaca one.
And then take the bucket over here. I would say give them grain only every other day. You don't need it every day. Especially if it's raining, don't give it to them because it'll just get soggy and they won't eat it.
They're very picky eaters.
So there's 6 of them. And I come over here and drop 6 piles. 1, 2. Over here. 3, that's a beautiful bowl that makes 4. 5. Come on, Shorty. Whoop, that scared him. 6. Got a little left over, but I'll put it back. Cute.
You want to go through all their names? Okay, so over here, this little short guy, that's Fluffster. Don't be weird with me. That's Fluffster, little short guy. This is Buddy. He likes to be obnoxious. This is Carrot. He's extra obnoxious. He is the absolute worst. Hello, Carrot. Over here is Floppy. She's the old lady of the bunch. 15. Good girl. And there's Banana. She hates everybody, especially Carrot. And then there's Nina. She's just kind of not smart. Hi, Nina. But she's very nice. Go away. And they're all very wet and soggy. Hi, what do you want from me? And so that's all of them.
If the water buckets for the alpacas were not filled already, which Craig did, they also need a little cleaning out and filled up and brought back.
We can do a demonstration. Here we have an example of a dirty bucket. And so dirty buckets must be cleaned. And so, how do you work this hose head? It's just pull back. Spray it. And then wash out. Dump out. And then you give it just a little squirt. Get a close-up on this. And then we take our toilet brush, which has not been used in a toilet. And then we go. We rub it. And then And now it's clean.
Yeah, and on warm days, if it's warm, who knows, it could be. Let's make sure the water is full. We don't want to spray them with the hose because we're coming upon shearing. Okay, this is extra first cut hay for the horses, but you should have enough up under the...
Up under over there.
Yeah, that's it. And in the back,
This is
which
the
you can easily
alpaca
access from the
hay.
back, is second cut hay.
This is the alpaca hay, and they fill it up in their little feeder thing, and they get a bale and make sure that's full all the time.
This is second cut. First cut hay, it's a little strawy,
Yeah.
not fine. Janie, quit it.
Janie. Look at him drinking his little water.
Ugh.
Slurpy, slurpy.
Okay. Rabbits, alpacas. I think there's something in there.
These are chickens.
This is chicken food.
And that's
This
also
is-
chicken food.
Horse food. Horse. Alright, so for the horses, we have these buckets. Alright, I'm just gonna do one demo because Cheerio is really why we go blind. Hi! But I would give them no more than a half a scoop. That's a lot. Probably
That much.
a quarter of a scoop.
They're little.
And then we are trying this year to be consistent on the flies. Each one of them, because I don't have a scooper in there, I'm gonna get a handful of flies every other day, unless you need to distract them for some reason, like they escaped, which hopefully they won't. If it is raining, the 2 bags go in the barn. I always keep 1 bag in the barn and 1 out. The other thing is that our waters froze over the winter and currently not working unless we get them working in the next week or so, which probably won't happen. There's so much other stuff. So we got this big water, it's not really a water container, but big bin to keep water, keep it right under the faucet. It's easy
And
peasy. If you need to clean it out, sometimes it leaks, so you gotta shake it around till it stops leaking. The handle, not the whole thing, just a gentle, yeah, there we go. A gentle back and forth, and it should stop. And if it's dripping a little, that's okay. If you need to dump that out to clean it, please drag it over the hill because we're trying to keep it up here dry. I've got these mats to try so they're not standing in mud all the time. Craig doesn't like them because the poop gets stuck in it, but you can always pull them up.
And if it's really dirty, if the water is really dirty, toilet brush. Just scrub around.
Yeah.
And you're good.
You know the drill.
For all waters.
All right. Okay, we're gonna move on quickly to chickens. Back behind here. This gate's a little funky. I hit it with the tractor. So, as I do hit most things. We have 2 roosters in here. They're pretty scaredy cats. They have water and food. It's pretty much, they've got their scratching block.
Just make sure they
Yeah.
have water and food from the bins with the chickens on them.
Yeah, and they'll scream a lot, but it's better living here than dead out on the street.
Okay, so here I am in with the chickens, and as long as Io's not out, you can let them out. And they're easy to come back in. You just shake some oyster shells, and they come running, and they can come in and out as they please once you let them out. As you can see, they need fresh water. here, and I'll see if they need more foods. And it looks like they do need a little bit of a food refill, so we'll do that.
All right, chickens. We'll fill up. And both sets of chickens have these buckets. I also need to figure out if the water things are working. And this you may not, I would check every day, but you may not even need to fill it at all if we leave it filled.
Yeah, we'll leave it all the way filled, and you shouldn't need to fill it up.
And shake it every once in a while.
And they're just happy eating, being chickens. We don't let the roosters out, but we let the girlies out. This is where you get eggies from.
Oh, hey there.
She has some eggs for us. Hi, don't bite me. This one is maybe Chicken Little, maybe Priscilla. I think that one's Chicken Little. Stop it. She's guarding her eggs in there. But this is a fake egg, and then there's another fake egg in there. It says fake on it, so just don't collect that one when you're collecting eggs, and you should collect eggs daily.
And this looks like a good egg.
They're very fragile.
But these are old lady chickens, so you're welcome to take eggs home with you. Just know that these are not...
They're not the best quality. Wow, you got a lot under there.
Oh, yeah. And it's good to get them early before they get poop on.
Yeah.
Poop. Those look nice.
So there's the fake egg in there, if you can see it. So, do you want to go out with your friends?
If an egg breaks or...
There's a nesting pad I put under here, so you can just take the nesting pad out, shake it, and then put more hay in there. So, yeah.
Not the cleanest of animals. All right.
Put those somewhere.
I'll bring them up.
So these are the ladies, same thing.
We did let them out, and I was up. So, alright.
These are... If you want a little bit of a challenge, you can let them out. They're just...
But I wouldn't leave these out on a regular basis. But they're going to want to come out. So they've got a feeder and water. And hopefully I will have buckets of water with the little...
And with the nipples. And so it's all the same thing. Make sure they have food and stuff. Collect their eggs.
Can I show where their eggs are?
Yeah. They don't lay in here usually, so you don't have to worry.
Where do they lay?
Not in there.
Oh.
Okay, so they actually do lay in this one. See, yep, yeah. So, check this one too.
Yeah.
But they lay in this one.
That's some air in there too. I would leave this open unless you have...
Unless it's like a thunderstorm. But, so these are fake eggs, if you couldn't tell. But the white ones are fake ones. The tan ones over there are the real ones.
And I like to lay behind that.
For some reason.
Well, because the heat lamps there.
And you just take it and scoop them and get them.
You want me to do it? Oh, you're watching my fingers.
Scoop.
And these eggs, these chickens are only a year old. So these
they have
are
a nice hard shell.
very good eggs.
They're just a little bit small.
So if you're gonna eat them, eat these. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with these, but
and there's nothing
they're
back there.
just fragile eggs.
There's not anything wrong with them. They're just really fragile. So, yeah, these ones, like,
Alright, put in my hand.
very hard.
Alright.
And usually we get more eggs than this, but this is just early in the morning, so. And the roosters will scream a lot. They don't just do that in the morning. They do it 24/7. Okay, so this is how we clean the eggs. So we have our little bowl, and we put the eggs in the bowl gently, because as we said earlier, they're fragile, except for these ones, which are very hard. Good eggs. Okay, and then we just kind of spray them off. And this one, because it's poopy, you give some little extra. They're soaking in their little egg bath. And you can give it a little bit of Florida soap if you want. Eggs in a bowl of water. And just a little scrub. And you can just rinse them off. We get the carton from the fridge. So we have a lot of eggs. Feel free to take them. First want to see. I'm going to dry them off and put egg in carton. And take as many egg cartons as you want. And you're going to want to date. If you get a fresh carton, you're going to want to date it so that we know how old the eggs are. And if you break any eggs, again, feed them back to the chickens. The shells are good calcium. And make sure to wash your hands after handling chickens and eggs.
All right. The poop gets scooped every day.
Okay, so this is how you scoop it. You have shovel and you have rake. And you just... It's okay if you have little stragglers, you can get those later. And just poop. And it's like a little game. You can go like, wah! But like, try getting in. That's how you scoop the poopa. So, this is Pickles. She is very lovely and evil. And we are about to feed her. But if you don't feed her on time, she destroys things. Like, can you see? Get a close-up of what she has destroyed up there. Yeah. So we're gonna feed her. And what you feed her is this normal food. Is just aquatic turtle food from Zoo Med. Very basic stuff. And she gets a scoop. And Apollo and Sassy will sometimes come in and try to eat the food. And on Wednesday, she gets mixed in with her normal scoop. We put in wheat germ pellets for extra vitamins because she is shedding. Can you tell? Little air bubbles on her. Yeah. So, and then moving past the cleaning supplies, which you want me to do, we have her treats, which you can give her. This is a fish treat, bloodworms. Wouldn't recommend giving them this because it comes with like a big warnings and like it's very like you can end up in the hospital from it. So I wouldn't snort it. Yeah, so that's Pickles, and in with Pickles are the George Foremans, and if anything's wrong with the George Foremans, like they're floating up top but still swimming, you know, if one eye's a lot bigger than the other, if they're having trouble swimming, if you see little white dots on them, just remove them and put them in the quarantine tank upstairs, the one with the snails, if you see anything wrong with a fish. Just get him out of here. Here upstairs is the quarantine tank with all the little snails, and you don't need to feed the snails because they're snails. But if any fish has a problem, just pop them in here. And if there's a dead one, which I haven't seen any dead ones yet, Pickles might eat them if they die. But if you see a dead one, just take it out, throw it away. Okay, so you don't need to feed the fish. They just eat Pickles' scraps and the algae and stuff. They're basically the cleaning crew. So you don't need to feed them. See, they're just eating off of Pickles' pellets, which she's not very smart, so she doesn't know that she's being fed right away. But she is begging for food, and she doesn't realize she has it. So if she's doing that, if she's banging up against the sides of the tank, that means she's hungry. If it's not feeding time, you can give her a treat. Sometimes she needs like a flashlight or like your finger to guide her up. And see, now she might see it, or she might not. She's not the brightest. Underneath Pickles' tank here, there is some hand sanitizer, and if you have to go in, because sometimes she knocks her overhead lights down, because she's a menace to everything. If she knocks that down, and you need to go pick it up, but otherwise there's really not a reason you should be sticking your hands in the tank. Just squirt some hand sandy because she's dirty. And here's the filter. We'll clean everything out before we go, so there shouldn't be any problems. But sometimes this sponge can get clogged, so if that happens, turn the filter off, and there's a switch here. Turn this switch off, and then so that the fish don't get sucked in, take that off. Take another sponge, it'll be in this box, and pop it on there, and that should get the filter running normal. And you can tell if it's not running normal if you look at this, and it's like not one solid flow. So like, let me turn this back on. It's like one solid waterfall, but if it's like in drips, then that means you need to change the sponge. But you shouldn't have to, because we're gonna clean the tank before we go on vacation. And that's Pickles. Io needs to be taken for a walk every day. She has her little harness, which I'll show you how to install later because we're going now. And you can just walk down to the end of the driveway or like to the pond or something, just on a walk as like her little physical therapy. And so yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay, so as you can see by our wet doggies, they have come back from the pond over there. The pond's right over there. And it's just on the driveway from our house and then down the road, and you'll see that sign, and then you come in. And it's good to let Aya go to the pond for hydrotherapy. So I would recommend when you walk her to walk down to the pond. Okay, so we're gonna show you how to feed the doggies. So here we have Open Farm freeze-dried chicken recipe. But first we need a base of kibble, and you can see these two already have kibble. Aya needs the top off because she really only eats these little dried chicken bits from the kibble. So I'll go get that from this bin. And you're gonna wanna keep the pantry door closed most of the time because Sassy can knock this bin over. So we take a scoop of kibble, big old scoopity poopity, and we're gonna give Lila some. Lila doesn't eat much, so you don't have to give her a lot. And then Daisy's full, so we can give the rest. Io, because she's a grazer. And so then we take a scoop. I don't know what the measurement is, but it's there, and Io's Kami's food. We're gonna put 2 scoops in there and rehydrate. And then we give Lila a scoop.
Do we have 4 dogs?
No, this is hydrating for those 2.
Oh.
And so Lila also needs, in the fridge, push the button, open it up, calming care in the morning and at night. But she gets one of these. And then Lila likes her entire food as soup, the other 2 don't. So Lila gets her whole bowl filled up and then gets fed in the pantry and nobody else is around her. And then we have, remember, we rehydrated this stuff earlier. Oh, we give that to Io because she doesn't like wet kibble. And then we give the rest to Jamie. And then we go over to the kennels. Io gets foods. Janie gets food. And he's not inside right now, so I'm gonna lock that up so that the trunk doesn't get in. Do give her this probiotic. And she gets half a can just twice a day, or you can give her a third of a can 3 times a day, or a quarter of a can 4 times a day. All that matters is she needs a can a day. So we're just gonna give her a half right now because she had half this morning. And then we want to really spread it out, make it nice and gloopy. A little bit in each little thing because we're gonna do something special to it. Smells like vomit. We add a probiotic. And she gets a packet of this. She has 1 packet a day. It doesn't really matter which meal it's with because she gets some stomach issues sometimes. And then we just kind of water it down and mix it up so that she thinks she's eating more than she actually is. Let's go give it to her. Don't fill it up as much as I did, but I filled up a little too much. Let's go. Let's head in the basement. And she just slurps it up. Make sure she doesn't eat any dog food or Apollo food or any food. Just her food. And in 1 can, she just needs 180 calories a day. And she's on her special prescription diet. So that's how you feed her. We put it in a little plastic baggie and it goes into the fridge. This is how to wipe Sassy's buttocks. We wait till she's sitting down. And then we just wipe it. And these are not flushable. Do not believe their lies. Do it until she's done. Okay, so on top I have some plants. So here we have peppers and cucumbers and sunflowers. These are giant pumpkins, and really you don't need to do much. Like if they're looking a little bit thirsty, like she's looking a little thirsty, you take watering can and the lights are on a timer, so you don't need to touch them.
If it is warm outside,
If it's warm outside, turn it off. If it's below freezing, turn
that
it
on.
on.
And it has 2 switches on the back. Turn them down to turn it on. But if it is above freezing, it'll save electricity and
they
leave it
don't
off.
they get wilty.
Yeah, they don't love the heat. In fact, we can probably turn it off right now for a while until tonight. It was cold and snowy yesterday.
We have avocado. Don't mind that it's missing half of him. I dropped it when I was changing the water. Keep it filled up to its butt, so like right to the brim of its vessel.
So that's a wrap of taking care of all our animals. And this is the guidebook. Anything we missed in the video is in this book, carefully detailed to let you know how to take care of each farm animal and house animal. Have a good day. Have fun. Thank you very much for watching our animals. Bye-bye. Farm friends, today we'll cut